Alright, time to give this review maximum effort. Deadpool 2 stars Ryan Reynolds, Josh Brolin, and is directed by David Leitch. In this film, a robot from the future comes back to terminate a kid who has a destiny that will shape future events. Oh shit, what am I thinking? That's the plot of Terminator 2. Let me try that again. Deadpool 2 is about Cable, a human enhanced by machines from the future who has come back to terminate a mutant kid, who has a destiny that will shape future events. So it's up to Deadpool and the X-Force, his own team of mutant heroes, to stop Cable, though all isn't as it seems. Now, if you didn't see my review of the first Deadpool, I really enjoyed that film. I thought it was a really funny, fun, action-packed romp. Really had a lot of fun with the first one. I really liked the character Wade Wilson. Ryan Reynolds as him was great. Go check out my review for more information. I'm not going to reiterate that here. So, I was really excited to go see the sequel this year. Now, this was overshadowed by Avengers Infinity War as far as expectation goes, but I still was really looking forward to see it. And I gotta tell you, it really met expectations. This movie is also a lot of fun. It is hilarious. Ryan Reynolds really brings his all back to the character of Wade Wilson. He's just as good as he was the first time. In some ways, even better, because he's really has to, at times in this movie, really pull out the dramatic beats. And while I did mention they had some of that in the first one, there's even more in this movie. This movie does have, at times, a darker tone, but it never forgets to be funny. And to be, you know, Deadpool, essentially. And you might think those tones could potentially clash, and they could have if it was edited wrong, written wrong, too much ad-libbing, or too little ad-libbing. But it was just the perfect amount where it didn't distract from the more serious parts of the movie, but it actually lent itself to the serious parts. So that you'd have this nice bit of levity from Deadpool, or maybe even some of the other characters every once in a while, right in the middle of these more serious, darker toned scenes that were going on. Also, the action was very well directed in this film. Taking over for Tim Miller is David Leitch, and he's one of the directors of John Wick. He also directed Atomic Blonde last year, which I didn't particularly like, but that was more of a script issue. It was still a pretty well directed film. There were still some good action sequences. I just didn't give a shit about the character. Deadpool 2, however, much like John Wick, has both a great script and great action. What do you know? That makes a good movie. Shocker. But it's true. Yet again, like the first one, I was invested. Although, unlike the first one, it's a more linear story. Yeah, it does start off with a flashback, but that's a lot less of the film. Whereas the majority of the first one was like flashback showing in Wade Wilson once how he began Deadpool, yada yada yada, how he finally found Francis, or Ajax, and then the freeway chase scene, and that takes the majority of the film. Deadpool 2, it takes maybe 20-30 minutes, which, that's fine. You know, it gets back to where we are in the present at the beginning of the film right away. Also, I like how the movie starts, you know, poking little jabs at Logan, the R-rated follow-up to Deadpool that X-Men did, basically saying, oh, we can make an R-rated Wolverine movie now? Sweet. Loved Logan, by the way. I'll have to review that on this channel sometime. But I did enjoy those, and again, the quips, like I mentioned, all work very well. Also, Josh Brolin, man, that guy's having a great year when it comes to comic book movies. He has Thanos and now Cable, and Josh Brolin is honestly really good as the character of Cable. Now, if you watched my review of the first Deadpool, you'll know that one of my problems with that movie was the villain. Francis, as a villain, he's just kind of forgettable. He's very ill-defined as to why he's doing anything that he's doing. And that was a problem with getting invested with there. However, Cable is the exact opposite. It's like they obviously heard this criticism from tons of other reviewers about that villain, and they really took it to heart and said, okay, we're going to fix that. And they really did. Cable is a very three-dimensional villain character. You know, I joked about this in the plot summary, but they start him off like he's going to be a kind of Terminator-esque character, like coming after this kid that may hold some, like, importance in the future. But not to get into spoilers, but the way they do it is a much more interesting than just, I'm a bad guy, I'm gonna kill this kid. Overall, it was a well-formed villain backstory that kind of took me by surprise, because I was trying to figure out why he's doing this, And then when it's revealed, it was like, oh, that's interesting. So it took a turn that made you actually understand the villain and care about the villain without giving too much away as to why he is doing these deeds. Also, this kid, he's not just a mutant kid. He has his own story as well in this film. And I really appreciate that. They really developed the other characters in this movie. You have Domino, whose only power is luck. And even she's a fun character. She's not as well developed, obviously, but she's certainly a fun addition to the team, to Deadpool. Also, the members of the X-Force and the two X-Men that were in the first one, Colossus and Supersonic Teenage Warhead, they're fun additions to this film as well. And they have their own little roles to play as well. They're fun characters to have around while they are around in this film, although it is still obviously Deadpool at the center. Him and Cable are obviously at the center conflict of this film. And, you know, they're kind of sidelined. They don't have all that much to do. But at the same time, while they are there, they are enjoyable and they don't take away from the story at all. Overall, guys, I enjoyed this film as much as the first one. Again, it's well-rounded with the action. The cinematography is all around very good. And the performances are very, very good. This is exactly what you would want out of a Deadpool comedy action movie. Does it reinvent the superhero wheel? Well, no, of course not. But it is absolutely what you expect from this kind of movie. It delivers very well what you expect. And it also has some more emotional, darker bits in the film, while still, of course, like I said, remaining funny. I really enjoyed Deadpool 2, and I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Definitely check out Deadpool 2 in theaters. It's just as raunchy and hilarious as the first one. If you enjoyed the first one, you'll enjoy this one. Both of these films are great. Honestly, this would be a great double feature. I'll definitely have to do that next time, probably for the third one, or just before for fun. But that's it for my review of Deadpool 2. I got more reviews coming, especially next week for Solo. I am excitedly anticipating that movie. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.